Hi, and welcome to the Joy of Tennis Teaching. Um, Last week, I mentioned all of the great comments and communication that I'd received from people about my tribute to Peter Burwash video. And I was especially taken by the vast difference in the number of ways that people communicated. Well, an old dear friend of mine, John Tata, wins the prize for um, communication old school. This week I received a packet in the mail. Yes, that's snail mail for you younger listeners. And I received this packet in the mail, and it had three very long, very interesting articles that John knew I would find fascinating. And they were from a newspaper. Yes, younger people, newspapers do still exist. And I haven't read one myself in quite some time, but thank you, John, for sending me that very interesting information. And information is kind of the theme for today, because we're going to talk today about an area that I will continuously return to throughout these videos. And that's the idea of learning. And I think as tennis teachers, it's part of our responsibility to always be learning and growing, to always be bettering ourselves and gaining new information that can help us become better teachers. I know that if I've had any advantage over the years as a tennis teacher, it's that I've had a great love of reading in all fields. And I can't tell you how many times I've been reading a book on psychology or marketing or communication. And there'll be ideas in that book that will have really helped me as a tennis teacher. Um, I know that no matter what I read, my brain always looks at how can I use this information on the court and with my students. So in today's world, there are so many areas of communication, as we said with the messages that I received, but there's so much information out there in the world. There's YouTube videos, there's podcasts, there's lectures, there's all kinds of information available to you outside the world of tennis. And as I said, I definitely will do a number of videos about learning within the tennis world. But what we want to do is we want to always be open to gaining new information and new insights into how we can better communicate with our students. And today I would like to talk about a podcast that I've already listened to 3 times this week. For those of you that have communicated with me and I've been a little slow in getting back to you, I apologize. The latest twist and turn in my medical adventures has been having a lot of vision problems and vision issues. And I'm having a great deal of difficulty reading and typing, especially the small things that come in on the phone. And that's why I'm filming this on a new computer I've got that's much bigger, and hopefully this will aid me in speeding up my communication. As I said, I've always loved to read, and one of the most frustrating things about my current vision issues is I'm having a great deal of difficulty reading regular books. E-books, I can enlarge the font, but regular books are difficult. And although I've always been interested in podcasts, I have to admit I haven't had the patience to always stick with it. I like to take in information on my own. For those of you who are looking over my shoulder, you might notice that we have a guest. That's my boy Sherlock, and Sherlock is not going to get paid for his appearance in this video today. But as I said, I anticipate doing more listening to podcasts simply because it's a great way to gain information without having to read it. So I'd like to talk specifically about a podcast that I came across this week. And this podcast was put out by Sharon Srivatsa. And I've mentioned Sharon before in earlier videos. Sharon is a former tennis teaching professional who was outstanding in his work with Peterborough Wash International. And Sharon went on to become a very successful businessman. And now he's doing a great deal of content creation, especially to help other business people to grow their businesses and just get better at what they do. And I'm lucky enough to be on Sharon's mailing list. And this week, he put out a video called the 9 Secrets of Top Influencers. And Sharon did a lot of research on some of the people that have the biggest audiences in today's world of information. And he boiled it down to 9 important concepts that these people use to be successful in creating their audiences and getting their content out to people. I will, as tempting as it is to just redo Sharon's podcast here, I won't be a spoiler and give you all 9 secrets. But I will tell you one that had a huge impact on me. And that was the idea that you must, if you're going to be a top influencer, you have to create some long-form content. In today's digital world, we're pounded with the idea that it's got to be short, it's got to be short. That if you're not short, you're not going to, retain your audience. Everybody has a short attention span. So I struggle with this a bit because I like to talk, and over the past 50 years I've developed a great deal of information and knowledge that I'm trying to get out there. So it was great to see Sharon's comment that the top influencers create their celebrity, if you will, through capability, that your ability to organize your thoughts in a long-form content is one of the best ways of helping your audience. And that's really what I want to do. So I'm not going to, today will be short because I'm learning some new equipment, new technology, but I will in the future do some longer form content. I hope it's helpful to you, and as always, I would love to hear your comments about doing it in a longer form. So again, please search out Sharon Srivatsa's 9 Secrets of Top Influencers. I hope you'll find it and listen to it. It's got a wealth of knowledge, and I think it will. You'll find some great nuggets in there that will help you as a tennis teacher. Thanks very much, and I appreciate, again, everything that you communicate to me, and rest in peace, Peterborough Wash. Take care, and keep going with the joy of tennis teaching.